Welcome to Anima competition Q&A questions with artists. My name is Agnieszka Zając, and I'm really happy to welcome Yali Herbet, director of Six, Lucas Londoño-Clayton, director of film Florian, and Nina Bisiarina, director of Lynx in the Town. Hello.
Hi.
Hi. I have my very first question will be to all of you guys. How do you cope with pandemic reality? And do you think it will change animation market?
First of all, thank you for the festival and having my film in your festival. Regarding your question, I feel that yes, things are changing in our world for everyone, I believe. I was fortunate not to be harmed by it yet because I'm working in a big production and it's ongoing and it will be over soon, and only after that I will be able to figure out what's going on. But I'm trying to be optimistic, and I believe that there are many opportunities that are opening now because everything is online, and for example, the opportunity to be at your festival now online is exciting, and also job opportunities that can be remote are now open. So I try to stick to the positive side of things.
Nina?
Because I'm working from home usually, not with this film, but with others. I'm sitting in the same room all the time, so I don't feel like something changed a lot. So yeah, but of course for the whole world, yeah, we couldn't go abroad, Russia. For now, I'm in Russia, so I'm sitting here. Yeah, and so in general, yes, I feel changes, but in my life, everything is like the same.
Thank you. Lucas, what about you?
I work in stop motion, so yeah, it's changed a lot. I think I know several productions that have had to shut down, and it's really difficult to work remotely because everything is done by hand. So yeah, it's gonna change a lot, and fortunately, it hasn't affected me too much. I'm just working here on a small project on my own, but I can't say the same for many friends, colleagues, other animators.
Okay, thank you. Okay, Yali, what inspires you to make your animation Six?
Okay, so the background story for it is that I suffer from a lazy eye. One eye is not functioning so well, and in my routine I don't really feel that disability. But once I play backgammon, I have this. It's the only time when I feel that this disability, because the dot on the cubes are very tricky for me to see. They are moving and going out of the cube, and I need the opponent that plays with me to tell me what's the result of my dice. So I decided to combine the world of optical sight and backgammon, and I thought it could be very interesting to investigate it and try to make a film about this combination.
tell us more about pre-production and production process, as I know you prepare some making of. So could you please share with us?
Yes, sure. Okay, do you see it?
Yes.
Okay, great. So I was first trying to find inspiration and ideas. I was investigating both the optical world and backgammon history and the visual inspiration from the backgammon. And I was very surprised to find out that there are many similarities. I think it's very coincidental that these things are similar, but eye tests have some visual elements that remind me of backgammon. Also, the Braille language is made of pattern of 6 dots, and it's very similar to the dice. And the result of 6-6 is the best eyesight result, and it's also the best dice throw that you can have in the game. So it was really exciting for me to find out that I can play with those two concepts and merge them together. And I was really inspired by abstract art, and I wanted to make the film as abstract as I can, because I didn't really have a lot of time to make the film, and I tried to simplify the concept to work more in the movement way and less with the complex. I didn't want it to be too complex. Yes, and then I started to build a concept and some frames, and I really didn't have a storyboard, not a constructed one anyway. I just started framing and editing during animation and finding out how things can be combined together and into a story. And it was very late. It was in a very late stage when I decided to have characters in the film, because at the beginning I thought maybe I can make the whole film backgammon and from the point of view of the viewer without characters. But at the end, I decided that we need those characters to portray more emotions, and so the viewer will understand what's happening to the character's eyes. Yes, so this is more from the development and from deciding to have a character. And I had my own backgammon in my house. I played a lot, and I was experimenting a lot with throwing dice and just getting inspired from it. And I also had a lot of reference for the animation and for the ideas to how to place the camera and the angles of the shots. And yeah, that was the process. And that's it.
Do you find any hard moments during the process of creation, and which moments satisfy you the most?
I think one thing that was hard for me is that I combined this production with work, that I was also working with another team, and so it was trying to combine my life there and also the time that I have to work on the project, and that led me to make a lot of compromises, and because I was very limited with time. But at the end, I think the most exciting thing was what I said before, that I found out those similarities between backgammon and the optical world, and that gave me a lot of strength that I'm doing something interesting, and that playfulness kept me excited for all the process. Yeah.
And do you think animation can fill kind of gap or be a bridge between reality and imagination?
Yeah, sure. You can use animation is great because you can be very wild with your ideas and experiment. I think this film was a big experiment for me, and I would never think of those ideas if I was limited to just live action. I have the ability to be at my home with my computer and build this world of crazy crazy ideas and try to play with them and use the form of animation that it doesn't really have to be realistic. You can make everything fall apart and many emotions can come up just by playing with those forms.
And do you working currently on any artistic project?
I'm trying to develop another film, a short film of my own, but it's really in the beginning of the process. So, yeah, I'm currently more busy at working in the production of a full-length film that is happening now in Israel. So I'm working there, and it's also very exciting. But but it's a bigger project.
Thank you, Yali. Lucas, I have a first question to you. Where did you find inspiration to your animation in general? And what was the most surprising and not obvious thing which inspired you the most?
Oh, it sounds very strange to say. Well, I should say I wasn't the only director. I co-directed with 3 other friends. So it was a kind of combination of many ideas, but originally we wanted to make a film about toxic masculinity. And around that time, there was a kind of famous advert by Gillette, the razor company, and they were trying to promote sort of being aware or sort of male. I don't know how to say, but basically they made a commercial about toxic masculinity, and that was a kind of jumping off point for us to say, okay, we want to make something about this as well in animation, because I feel like it's not a topic that's often talked about in animation. I forgot what your other question was.
What was the most surprising thing you inspired you the most in your life, artistic life, and career?
Wow. I don't know. I think I get inspired a lot by sort of textures, and I feel like that's something especially attractive about stop motion, is that everything is physical. And so when you see it on screen, I mean, you can capture textures, you can capture sort of visually, it feels more kind of tangible than digital or 2D animation. And that's something that I can just take a material like glass or ice or wood or plasticine or whatever it is, and it kind of gives ideas for stories or characters.
How do you find the process of creation one animation with other 2 co-directors? Did you guys know each other before? And how did you deal with this leadership stuff? And
Yeah, so we were 4 in total, and it was very difficult. We we met during the masters in stop motion. It was a master's course, and so we knew each other for about 6 months, or maybe less, before we made the film. So yeah, it was tricky. I think when you have so many people kind of sharing responsibilities, a lot of it is about compromise, about finding ideas that you all kind of like, and sometimes you have to accept that not everyone is going to agree on something, and yeah, so it's about compromise and finding what works and going with that.
Your animation, Florian, tells a story about a man and his strange rituals.
Yes.
And did the topic or technique come up to your mind first?
Well, as I said, it was done as part of the masters in stop motion. I think we decided that we wanted to do puppet animation. So we had learned about various techniques like cutout and rotoscope and various others, and we sort of collectively said that we wanted to do puppets. And then the sort of masculinity theme came after that.
Tricky question. Do you have any morning rituals?
Nothing crazy, just shower, breakfast, the usual things.
This was the special question for our selection committee, you know.
Okay.
Thank you, Lucas.
Yeah, sorry to disappoint you. It's nothing crazy.
Thank you. Nina, are you with us?
Yeah.
I had a great time while watching your film as a cat owner and cat lover, and I'm wondering, how do you come up with this film idea and how production process looked like?
Oh, I'm always joking that my film is a documentary animation because it's based on true story which happened in my city in Russia. So the real Lynx came to the town, to my native town. Yeah, and I made this film in France. It was a part of residence on Folimage Studio. So I have a rather big team for my film. Yeah, and it was a great experience for me, because for me it was the first time when I working abroad, not in Russia. Yeah, and then I like it so much.
There's a scene in your animation where people's fears suddenly change into cognitive danger, curiosity. Do you think our civilization and expansion of human beings will sooner or later bring us to the edge?
I hope no. Yeah, but yeah, we have it. But I think it's also the thing that allowed us to live and to develop this curiosity. Yes, sometimes it works not in a good way, but I think it's also our main power to be curious. I think it's, yeah, but as all things, there's two ages, like something good and something very bad. Yeah, but in the end, we find something in the middle, something which works good for us. But of course, there is a danger but yeah, but I think that everything will be okay. I hope.
Are there any upcoming projects you can share some stories.
With the story, with the Lynx story, or which one?
Oh, any.
So, for example, I just realized that now I'm working with one member of film, Florian. We made a new project with Pavel Loparyov now. It's like a great connection in animation world, and I think to make something like a trilogy with the film, the Lynx film, because I have also two stories with the other different animals. So next one will be with the bear, of course, because I'm from Russia.
Okay, thank you, Nina. I would like to thank you, all of you guys, that you are able to attend to this online meeting. I'm really happy about that and kind of sad because we will not be able to meet here in Krakow. But I keep my fingers crossed that it will happen sooner or later. And wish you all of the best. And once again, thank you very much.
Thank you
Bye.
for inviting.
I see ya. Bye.
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 Nada di